I will try the introduction again, now that you can actually hear me. Hi, welcome in everybody. I have the mute button on a toggle on the phone, but obviously OBS is on the computer, which is in the other room. And I toggled it the wrong way, so it was originally on, and then I turned it off and then started the stream. So in case you couldn't tell, that's the kind of day that we're having today. But yeah, apologies. I am very late. I had some errands to do this morning, which would have been absolutely fine, except that it's been an absolute disaster of a morning. I lost my charging case for my earbuds, so those are as good as in the bin now. And yeah, I went to the post office to go pick up a parcel, and they were like, oh, well, we don't have it here. And I was like, oh, okay, let me just double check the email. And the email was like, oh, well, thanks for picking up your parcel. And then thanks for dropping off your parcel. And I was like, well, I've done neither of these because the parcel has not even it's not even been in my hands. So yeah, thanks every. Massive shout out to you and your shenanigans. Yeah, so I don't know if anyone is here yet. That is absolutely fine. If anyone wants to look, that is also cool. Today I am going to be making some mushroom stroganoff, doing a big batch bake. Batch cook that one, I suppose. Doing a cooking, yeah, we're doing a cooking. God, I'm tired. Yeah, we're doing a big batch cook of that today. And then I'm also making some cinnamon rolls. So that is going to be exciting. I will probably start off with the cinnamon rolls because they take about an hour and a half to prove. So that needs to be done before I start doing anything else. I was going to initially do the dough before I left to go do all of the various errands today. However, I then double checked the recipe and discovered that you need to both prove it, roll it, put the filling in, and then like set them in the trays because they prove once they're like sort of shaped into the cinnamon rolls. So it's a good job that I actually discovered that before I started doing any of that. But I have prepped all of the ingredients already. I did all of that last night. I weighed everything out, so I can just quickly start on that one. But I'm just sort of waiting a little bit until folks arrive, just so I don't want you to sort of miss out on the fun bits. I'm also just going to hydrate because yeah, it has been manic. I literally ran in the door and started setting everything up. Yeah, started setting everything up. It took me about literally about 10 minutes to actually turn everything on and get everything. I was just like, go. But yeah, so those are the two things. Oh, actually, I tell a lie. There was a third thing. There's a third thing we're gonna do, which actually, yeah, I'll do that after the cinnamon rolls. Which is I am going to make a massive batch of caramelized onions. One reason is that I found this recipe for, I think it's caramelized onion pasta, which I'm gonna have tomorrow. So makes sense to get a big batch done. But also, I really like caramelized onions, but I can never be bothered to make them for like one specific thing. It takes so long to caramelize it. So rather than doing them every time I want some, I'm just gonna make a massive batch in the slow cooker and then freeze it in portions. And the recipe I found also suggested that you cook them for like French onion soup, which I love the idea of that. So yeah, those are the three things we're gonna do today: is the caramelized onions in the slow cooker, big batch of mushroom stroganoff, and then some cinnamon roll. So this is a very much accidental vegetarian stream today, but I don't mind. Yeah, so the first thing I'm going to start doing is wash my hands, and then I will get started on the cinnamon rolls, because we need to get those like shaped and everything. So yeah, I'm gonna get some clean hands. Cracking. have all of the ingredients there. I've also got a very perfectly sized cake tin, because the recipe was like, oh, that was a noise. That was a noise, and I'm not sure what it was. It should usually come up on the screen, but the screen is not telling me anything. One moment. Apologies. I have no idea what that notification was actually for. So if someone just joined, welcome in. See if the which one here will say anything. Oh, okay. Thank you very much for the follow. Appreciate that. Apologies. It comes up on the it comes up on the other screen. For some reason, it didn't come up in the chat. Oh, thank you. Thanks, Mad Jason. Thank you so much for the follow and welcome in. Yeah, apologies. I have the activity feed that's up on the screen, like next to me, and it didn't show up in there, but it showed up on the phone chat, but not on the tablet. So yeah, apologies. But welcome in. Hope you are doing well. How are you today? So first things first, I need to add the butter to the milk. Then we need to warm the milk up. Hope the music isn't loud for any. Sort of just picked a volume. If it so we're warming up the milk and the butter till they're melted, but not too warm, because then we're going to throw the yeast in with that, and we don't want to kill the yeast off. Not bad, thanks. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I'm not doing too bad. It was a bit of a disastrous morning, but I'm hoping that now we're here. Now that we're doing some baking, fingers crossed. Hopefully I don't burn anything. Right. Mind if the morning's a disaster, so long as the cooking goes well. Not ready yet. I am also using almond milk. It did say to use whole milk. I would imagine that there would be a slightly different fat content, but other than that, I'm not really sure. So I think what I might do is I'll warm this up, and then I might put in just like a little bit of yogurt just to help that a little bit, because I've got some Greek yogurt and I need to open that in. That should work out roughly the same. I'm improvising a little bit. Not even going to pretend. I am improvising a little bit. I don't. Trouble when you're using like dairy alternatives. I don't really know what dairy-free alternative would be to whole milk. I could Google it, but all of my technology is otherwise occupied. Okay. So we'll just finish warming that through, and then we have our yeast in here. We've got our dry mix in here. So that, once that is ready, is going to go in. We'll set that aside for about 10 minutes, and that'll give me time to start getting all of the filling ready. Now, we'll see if this makes a difference. I'll also cool this down, which we want it warm, we don't want it scorching, because we don't want to kill the yeast off. Guys, our dough will be very sad. Lovely. So that is going to sit in the corner along with the all of the dry stuff for the cinnamon rolls, and then I need to quickly go check the rest of the recipe for the filling ingredients. Usually I would be super extra professional and print out the recipe beforehand, but because I've been moving everything around in the flat, I haven't got the printer plugged in at the moment, so I couldn't actually, there's literally nowhere near enough for it to plug it in. So I literally bought an extension cable and I haven't had time to so ducking in. Oh, I nearly forgot. There's an egg. There. Oh, it's an egg. Hey Flanders, how are you doing? Welcome in. Okay, so we need another 43 grams of butter. I probably should. Never mind. Then what I'll do is there's sort of a bit of counter space just here, so I'll probably just like flip the camera down and then roll them out here. So I'll have to move everything off of this side, but it just means rather than me having my back to you the whole time of being over there, where you won't be able to see it. So we need some butter. I realise that this looks a bit dodgy. This is brown sugar. It's just that the bag split a while ago, so I just put it in a Ziploc. All these like the little plastic bags that they come in tend to just rip so easily. Note to self, don't put the butter at the back of the fridge. I think that was. Yeah, that'll do. So the filling is literally butter, sugar and cinnamon, and that's it. So nice and simple. I'll be honest, I'd never actually thought of making cinnamon rolls myself. And I don't know why, because it's so easy. Well, I mean, I guess we're going to see whether or not it's super easy. Seems it. 7 grams. Didn't even need that other bag of sugar that I bought. And then a tablespoon of cinnamon. Joke's on me because I've got to knock out all of the sugar lumps. Lumpy sugar. This is a problem with Ziploc bag is sort of okay, but it has meant that a bit of moisture's got in the sugar. So, as you can see, it's a little bit lumpy, but that's fine. Plus, to be fair, it's brown sugar, so it's going to be expected. I mean, cinnamon roll sounds great. I'm hoping that they taste good, because don't get me wrong, I love cinnamon. I love Cinnabon. But if it means that I don't have to go all the way into town to get cinnamon rolls, I am not complaining. Oh, playing Moonlighter music. I flipping love this game. I need to go back into it. I started playing it on the computer. Never got anywhere with it. Started playing it on the Switch. Still haven't finished. So definitely on my list. But yeah. You doing alright today, Flanders? Or playing a bit of No Man's Sky later. Actually not a piece of sugar. Very, very solid. There we go. Cool. I'll have to look with that. I'm gonna put the butter in the microwave for a sec, because it says it needs to be softened, and that is most definitely not. So the only thing that I'm not making for these is the cream cheese frosting. And the only reason for that is I still have some left in the fridge. So I bought a tub and I'd made some red velvet cakes last month, I think it was. Yeah, went to see some friends, made some red velvet cakes. So I still have some of that frosting in the fridge. So this is a great way for me to actually get rid of some stuff as well. Use things up. I also have a chocolate one, and I'm kind of deciding whether or not, depending on if I can get all of them in this pan or not, I want to do some like chocolate frosting. I might have softened that a bit too. Okay, so I'm gonna clear everything off here. We don't need this for now. This is roughly what we have to work with. There we go. Just give this a wipe over. Because it is clean. Probably an unnecessary disclaimer, but a disclaimer nonetheless. Whenever I'm doing cooking streams, like the night before, I will come in, I will like blitz the kitchen, clean it all down, so that the next day it's all nice and clean and ready to go. So this is an FYI there for anyone who's as much of a concerned about cleaning as I am. Know that it is definitely well kept. Although it does look chaotic sometimes. Okay, so I would say that our yeast concoction is definitely doing well. Just give that a stir. Put that in with our dry mix, along with our egg. So this one's a very rich dough. Been okay, gotten caught in 2 heavy downfalls without a coat. Oh no. Oh, I feel your sogginess. Because, yeah. I left this morning. Left this morning, went out, ran some errands, and I had my jacket with me, and I hadn't even got to the end of my road, and was boiling, so I took it off and just sort of tied it round me. By the time I was getting off the bus, it was pouring it down. So I ended up getting soaked. And then I ended up just walking back, and I was just like, ugh, I don't care to put it on now. It's all that the jacket's gonna do. It's already soggy anyway. But all the jacket's gonna do is then make me feel like it's just gonna trap in all of the damp. So I was like, nah. Okay. I think I need to add a bit more flour. I think it's trying to fight its way out the cupboard. So this is supposed to be a dough. Very, very sticky. I think that's how to do it. Just gonna. Phone has fallen asleep. That's not massively helpful. So sticky. Doughy hand straight into flour, but yeah, it's only me using it. Knead it for a few minutes. So sticky. Did follow all the instructions. Oh good. Hopefully it didn't take too long to draft afterwards. No, to be fair, it was all right. Like it seemed to stop raining almost as quickly as it started, and then as soon as I got in, it started pouring it down again. So I don't know. The weather up here just can't seem to make its mind up. I've definitely gone wrong somewhere. It's not be as sticky as it is. Right. Okay. Just gonna BRB while I change the camera. Yeah. There we go. Hopefully you can all see again. Hello. We'll just double check that it's lovely. Okay. not the greatest dough I have ever made, I'm not gonna lie. Okay. Oh my goodness! Hi, Roof!
Does this make a noise, and will it make you jump?
Yes! And yes! Hi, Roof, welcome in. How are you doing? Okay, so I'm currently just trying to roll this out into some semblance of a rectangle. As you can see, it's going very well. And then you fill it the butter and the cinnamon. Oh, that was also a noise. Oh, thank you, Who.
Have some more monies.
That is very kind of you. For the bits and also for the sub. If you are doing well. There we go. I would say that that is roughly... I mean, it's as good as it's gonna get, I'll be honest. But I've also never made cinnamon rolls before, so, you know, I think my shoddiness can be excused. Just gonna get a spoon. I think that's gonna be the easiest way of sort of mixing the butter over it. Because I did melt the butter a little bit too much. It said softened. I mean, melted is a form of softened, I suppose. So we've got to spread the butter over and then spread... I might have actually made this too big, you know. That doesn't feel like... yeah, I suppose actually that's a decent amount of butter. Because I didn't feel like a lot of butter for the size of what I've just... It's like 15 inches or something that it needed to be doing, and I'm going to be honest, I don't actually. I don't know how much that was. I've probably done them too big. Because they still need to roll that way. It is. Making me hungry. Good thing going out shortly. Yeah, so we're making cinnamon rolls at the moment. So I'm just gonna fill these with the sugar and cinnamon. You see, it would be a terrible cinnamon roll if I didn't put any cinnamon in. But with the day I'm having, I almost wouldn't surprise myself. Just doing the filling, and then once these are started proving, once these have started proving, I'll then be moving on to the stroganoff. Yeah, maybe I did make these a bit too big. Sort of very gappy. I know obviously it's melted into the butter. Probably not. Oh well. Like I say, it's my first time making cinnamon. Seeing all the videos of people making them on Instagram and stuff, and I'm not one that is but I'm like, I like cinnamon rolls, and to be fair, I needed something that I could do on stream. So this was partly my reason for making them. Okay. To hope that this has not stuck in the meantime, sort of gently fold this, roll it over. Go. That is our nice cinnamon log. I just need to cut these up now. So oh, look at that. Even if these taste terrible, at least the cut looks amazing. So we need trying to work out how many I'm going to get out of each side. I think I'm going to go for 10. So what? be really gentle. The knife could be a little bit sharper. But it's okay. Butter from here to grease the pan. Waste not, want not. Oh, I put the butter in the sides because, to be honest, I don't really need to. Cinnamons! Yeah, exactly. I'd be an absolute mess if I was making dough. My hands start to look like Clayman from Batman. Yeah, honestly, mine definitely didn't look much better. So I want to make sure that there is a little bit of a gap between them because obviously they now have to prove. They look cool. Even if they don't turn out very happy that we tried. There we go, so that is our cinnamon rolls. And hopefully, in about an hour and a half, those will have roughly doubled in size. And then I can shove those in the oven. So we're going to leave those over here. I'm going to reuse the cling film that I used to cover the flour bowl with. And just keep those nice and covered. Then I'm gonna wash my hands and clear off this mess. There it is. About 20 past 1 now. So 20 past 2. should be time to check on the rolls. More them till then. Lovely, nice and clean. So next thing is the stroganoff. So I'm going to get the recipe out for that. And I believe the first thing I'll need is mushrooms. So there's slice. It says slice 3 kilos of mushrooms. I don't think I have that many. That's fine. I think I have the recipe. Wait. I'm concerned. So it says on my recipe 1 kilo of mushrooms. In the instructions, it says 3 kilos of mushrooms. The amount that I'm making is supposed to do 6 servings, so I am terrified how many people they think they are making this for. Okay, that's fine. I will just ignore any of the instructions that tell me how much I need. So I will weigh everything out. Scales back. I will just weigh everything. I think this might be a bit of a typing error. Surely the mess is character. Well, yeah, that's true. At the end of the day, if you made everything too perfectly, you wouldn't know it was homemade. I tried to have beef as my password, but apparently it was stroganoff. But Well done, Hoove. Good job. Okay, so initially it was supposed to be in like all chestnut mushrooms. Anyone see the price of those right now? No, thank you. Yeah, 3 kilos of mushrooms would be a lot. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I just panicked a little bit. So I got 1 pack of the chestnut mushrooms, and then I got 2 packs of these. Because to be fair, like, I mean, that's 800 grams on its own, and then that one's 250. So I was like, yes, get in. So I will not use all of the white mushrooms. Just so then I can like still get the taste of the chestnut ones, not that they. So we need mushrooms. Check. Olive oil. Pull that out of the cupboard. Check. Onions. It doesn't say what size, but considering mine are tiny, I'm gonna go with 3, because it does say 2, but they are really, really small. Garlic, paprika, tomato paste. Also calls for some wine, so I picked up this one because it was the cheapest one in Asda I could find. Feel free if you want to try a stroganoff recipe. Find as many different wines as you want to try with. Experiment. I don't know if this one will make much of a difference. Hey, Happy, welcome in. Hello. Hope you're doing well. And then we need sour cream. I've got regular cream. Stock cubes. Parsley. I don't have fresh parsley. I do have this one though, which is my absolute favourite. Not sponsored. But this stuff is absolutely great because I was really terrible for buying parsley, like fresh, and then I would forget to use it. It would sit in the fridge and then it would wilt and go gross. So this one is freeze dried, and you can just rehydrate it with some water, and it's great. Yeah, so cream and mustard. And check. Yeah. How is everybody doing today? I hope you are all doing well. It's been a sort of very miserable day here weather-wise. I hope you're all having a decent time where you are. Okay, so we're gonna start with. Have I actually gone up? Oh. I don't. That's an entire thing of cream and this is 250. I didn't think there was going to be that much in there. Of course it's stroganoff. I forgot that it's very cream based. Never mind. It's fine. Actually, I could put a bit of yogurt in it, so that'll be alright. yeah, that will work great because it says for sour cream. I don't have sour cream, but I do have this, and I have Greek yogurt. So I might actually just do a little bit of half and half, and then that means that I use up the yogurt as well because I wanted a little bit of this for dessert. Okay, so what are we doing first? Need to weigh out kilo of mushroom. That's 250. That is 650. So I'm going to take some of these. Apologies if all of this rustling is really loud. I forget sometimes that there's actually a microphone very close by. So we've got 650. We need another 350. So basically just over 50 grams. Nice. Okay, that'll do. Just do all of the stuff over there. Put everything in there. Go. Rather unceremoniously dump those out because I want a tub to put the fresh ones in. So all sliced. Summoning energy. There are people uptown, market day requires energy to deal with. On the plus side, there should be a variety of features. Oh, nice. Do love a market day. Didn't get to the market I go to. I was just absolutely wrecked. You need to go soon because I have run out of honey. Well, down to like a jar and a half. But I use them for different things, so I ran out of the one that I typically use. Just stepped in, so I dripped on the floor, and my sock is wet. Maybe there will be someone out there that feels that pain. Don't appreciate it. Apologies, this bit. In hindsight, I probably should have done this bit before, because standing here peeling mushrooms for the next 10 minutes is probably not going to be the most exciting thing to watch. I'd be quick. Fortunately, don't peel the chestnut one, so only the white mushrooms. Or maybe not this one. That'll do. Give it a scrub. So I think, depending on what time we're on once the cinnamon rolls are done, I may do the onions off stream. Sort of depends on how long this bit takes. Because to be fair, the stroganoff I'm planning to eat later, so I definitely want this done. And the onions I can sort out after stream if need. To be fair, they're going in the slow cooker overnight anyway, so it's not the end of the world if I do them a little bit later than planned. I just sort of give them a bit of a head start, put them on like high setting on the slow cooker. Trying to get words, like trying to get ahead on prep stuff. I think actually as well, I will keep the remnants of the mushrooms, that with the remnants from base of a very good stock. Got some celery fridge that I need to check on because I kind of got it a couple of weeks ago and forgot about it. So yeah, I just have this as my like food prep day, so I may do that on stream if I'm still doing all right for time. Oh, actually, we've only been on an hour and a quarter. I think I feel like I've been streaming a lot longer today than I have because obviously I had to push things back. So knocked everything. I'll be honest, I'm struggling to remember what day it is anyway, because usually I would go to the gym on a Tuesday and then I ended up going yesterday instead, so that sort of got up and I was like, oh god, what day is it? Not quite as bad as last week though, because, gotta be honest, last week, partly one of the reasons why I cancelled stream at the last second was, gotta be honest, I was still in bed at 11:30. Had completely forgotten that it was Thursday, and that I stream on Thursdays. Because I was having one of those days. So, yeah, apologies to anyone that was disappointed last week. That was partially why, but yeah. Not. And I feel especially like on those days, nobody wants to see me mumbling about the kitchen. Did not feel like playing a loft. I will definitely get back to that. Maybe at some point I will look at adding in throughout the week, so I can sort of do one gaming, one cooking, and then that sort of makes things a little bit more even. It was just not the time for it. I know I'm not a fan of mushrooms, but I don't know why stroganoff make it sound so nice. I mean, hey, this is gonna be in the freezer, so you know, when you come up, if you'd like to try some, you are more than welcome to. Like, I'm literally batch cooking it, freezing half of it. And actually, later on, I'm gonna have some just with jacket potato. But yeah, it's quite it's like a nice, rich, tomatoey, creamy sauce. It's I really like beef stroganoff. And to be fair, whenever I had beef stroganoff, it was usually full of mushrooms anyway. So I'm eliminating the more expensive part of the meal. Just making it with mushroom. Yeah, I think as well, it's quite such a rich sauce that it detracts a little bit from the general mushroominess. But obviously, that's speaking from someone that likes mushrooms, and I know very much, all too well, that when you don't like a food... Sorry, I just did that right into the microphone, apologies. I know, obviously, when you don't like a food, it's very easy for someone to say, like, oh, you don't notice it. It's like, I hate this, I will. Because I'm like that with celery. But yeah, I think stroganoff is one of those things where it's got such a... Like, there's so many other flavours going on anyway that it sort of helps mask some of the mushroominess. Music. I recognise it, but I can't tell what it's from. Oh, it's from Dodgy. It's like, that's a bit depressing sounding. Just cutting off the dried up ends of the stalks. All of the bits that I'm not using in this dish going into this bag, and that is going to be our sort of stock remnants. Don't want to waste anything today. That is the one. I think that's going to be my New Year's resolution for next year. No point starting it now, because we're mostly through this year. Horrifying to think of. But my New Year's resolution for next year is going to be to like really reduce my food waste, because that is the one thing that that I am very guilty of, especially with impulse buying or planning stuff and then just not physically being able to actually make it on the days that I'm planning, is that I end up buying things that just don't get used. Or even just things like this, where I typically wouldn't bother making stock. Like, those would generally just go in the bin. Or they'd sit in the freezer for months and then end up going in the bin later. They don't get used. I'm just terrible at planning things. So definitely wanna work on that. It said thinly slice this. That's very just trying to get into the practice. A bit more. Consistent with the food prep, and a bit better with the management of the food. Eliminating more food waste is sort of my goal. So yeah, we're just slicing all of the mushrooms now. Probably go back to the rest. This is our kilo of mushrooms. Gonna be honest, even when I worked in a professional kitchen, I was not very fast at cutting things, so apologies, this is probably not the most fascinating thing to watch. But I'm not gonna pretend I've ever been any better. I think that's the thing though, about, especially with home cooking, it's not about being perfect, it's just about getting it done. Like, for me, I have never found that recipes ever take the amount of time that they say they will. Even if it's like a 15-minute recipe, it will somehow still take me an hour no matter what I'm making. I can make a salad take 30 minutes. Like, I am not a fast person. Which is why I would never go back into kitchens. I don't have it. I don't mind doing like small batch things like this. Just think if I was doing this all the time, I'd never get any work done. Like, not ever fully finish anything. I'm liking the Stardew music today. This was supposed to be on shuffle. Okay. The rolls are expanding a little bit. Actually, they've only had about 20 minutes, so we're all good. Wondering if they are hot enough. So I think what I might do. Put the bottom oven on, and I'll put them in like the grill section, so they're not actually going to be. They're not going to be cooking, but they will be warming. So hopefully that will speed it up a little bit. I'd say about 60 to 90 minutes, but I'd rather not have them 90 minutes if possible, because obviously that's going to take a lot longer before they're ready for finishing off. Make sure that I can at least cook them, because I won't be able to finish them because they all need to cool before I put the icing on. If there is anything I've learned from that icing, it does not like to be warm. So, what is everybody else having today for food? You had lunch yet? Got any good dinner plans? Or just any general dinner plans? Any fancy restaurant or anything? Plan. Like I say, this is going to be my depending on when it's finished, I may have to I was hoping to be back before I needed to start streaming so I could grab a snack, and wasn't. And then I kind of forgot. Last mushrooms slicing now. Go. That is done. Now I just need to do the onions. Okay. So set those aside. A little bit. Don't need me. No. The so. So now we have sliced all of the onions. Sliced all the mushrooms rather. We now need to cook them. And it recommends cooking them in small batches, just so that they actually brown, so that they don't start steaming, basically. Dice the onions. I will do this while I wait for the pan to warm up. These onions are not the freshest, and they are very strong. Okay, we're just going to move that bag as far away from my face as possible. Then we're going to start frying these mushrooms. Pop all the onion into the bowl over here. I've probably got too big a bowl, but in fairness, I'm going to be cutting the onions for the caramelised onions later, so rather than getting out two different bowls. Save myself on washing up. Just reuse this one later. Fry off the mushrooms in batches, and they take about 10 minutes each time. So by the time the mushrooms are done, we should be able to start cooking the cinnamon rolls. Fingers crossed. Go. That's our onions sliced and diced. Move that over there. I'll actually just pull the camera up for a little bit so you can sort of see a little bit more what's going on in the rest of the kitchen. Now that we're actually cooking things, doing more exciting stuff than just chopping. Okay, so I've got garlic paste. I'm not actually bothering with fresh cloves. Tell you what, while I'm cooking those off, I'm going to quickly do some washing up. So I will be over there for a moment while I get rid of some of the clutter that we have created, because I'm also going to need the bowl back for these. They almost smell like burning, but they can't be because they're so absolutely soggy. Hey Harshiest, welcome in. I'm doing well, thanks. How are you? How's it going? Apologies, I'm just doing some washing up at the moment, and then I will be back reading the chat more. That loop. These are almost done. Just wanna make sure I'm keeping a close eye on those. Great, thanks. What's cooking, by the way? Glad you asked. So currently I am frying off some mushrooms to make a mushroom stroganoff. This was like a creamy, tomatoey mushroom stew. And at the moment we've also got some cinnamon rolls which are proving. I'm actually just going to double check on those. They're doing alright. They're taking a little while. I think we've got about roughly half an hour, and I'll double check them again. So yeah, we've got some cinnamon rolls that are sort of hanging out. Got some mushrooms, which we need to find something to put these in. Then we'll start frying off the next batch. And then, depending on how we're doing for time, I might be caramelising some onions, or at least prepping those to start caramelising in the slow cooker. So we've got a lot going today. This is a lot of food prep going on. So it's about half the mushrooms. They do cook down pretty well, so don't need to worry too much about them. Adding too much. Just enough to help draw out the moisture. Sorry, don't know what a stroganoff is. What is it? No, that's absolutely right. That's all right. Rather, yeah. So it's sort of like it's basically a stew. I don't actually remember where stroganoff is from specifically. But yeah, it's basically going to be like mushrooms, and then sort of like a tomatoey. Like really rich tomatoey cream and a bit of wine, like sort of all mixed together, make a sauce for it, and yeah, it's hopefully gonna be good. I've not made this recipe before, so it is a new one. But yeah, sort of nice sort of creamy rich stew. And then I'm going to be having this with some like jacket potatoes. It's like baked potatoes. Love mushrooms. Yay! Excellent. I know that mushrooms are very much one of those, like, it's almost a very Marmite thing. You either love mushrooms or you hate mushrooms. I feel there is very little in between those. So, glad to meet a fellow mushroom lover. Hey Holly, welcome in. Hello. How are you doing? I hope you are well. These will probably cook quicker if I stop messing with them, but I just can't help myself. Just FYI, look amazing, lively, ready for the day. Oh, thank you! That is honestly the highest compliment right now, because I did not feel like it when I got up this morning. So thank you very much. Yeah, hope you are all doing well today. Okay. I should probably check what else I need to do for this recipe. Yeah, no, to be fair, it's just wait for the mushrooms to cook and then take those out, put the onions in, cook those, and then I think it's all getting sort of mixed together at the end. Been trying to like mushrooms more. I can have them on pizza and in pasta dishes and stuff now. Oh yay! That's excellent. Well, I don't know if this would be a recipe that you'd be interested in, Holly. So, mushroom stroganoff, as I was saying, is just sort of like a rich, creamy, tomato sort of sauce. And then I'm literally just having it with a jacket potato, or you can have it with mash or with rice, or even just like on its own. Yeah, it's a very versatile dish, which is why I like it so much, because you can essentially have like so many different meals out of just this one thing that, you know, it completely changes every time. Sounds fit. I hope it's gonna be. I hope it's gonna be fit. I've had beef stroganoff before, and I really enjoy that. My parents used to make that a fair bit. But it always used to be filled with mushrooms anyway, so I've sort of just, I've removed the more expensive element, because even diced beef these days is ridiculous, I find. I've just removed that element of it and just left it with the mushrooms, so hopefully it's going to taste roughly the same. Yeah, and then we've got, to be fair, if this one doesn't turn out well, we can at least console ourselves with the cinnamon rolls. So, you know, there's a mixed bag. Love a dish like that. Yeah, meat is crazy expensive. Want to try and get back to more veggie stuff. Yeah, I'm the same. Like, I do love meat, don't get me wrong. Like, I wish that I was able to, you know, go fully veggie or fully vegan. But I would not have a great time with it. But yeah, it's so expensive these days that sort of looking for more veggie alternatives. So hopefully this one will be a quick favourite. I've got another one that I really like, which is it's like a smoky bean stew, which is really nice. I haven't made that in a while, so I definitely need to. Everything's expensive these days. Yeah, in fairness, not wrong. I wish I could deny that, but no, really not wrong. I actually, I say recently, literally last week, managed to get myself a Costco card, and yeah, that has already helped dramatically. So at least in terms of baking streams and stuff, it's already helped a little bit. Oh yeah, I wish we had a Costco around here. Yeah, that's the only thing. Is like it's very hard to get to them. Like the nearest one for me on the bus is about 40 minutes away, and then I have to walk quite a ways to get there. So. But it was worth it. In fairness, I was saying last time that, like I was saying on the last stream, that I really want to make pecan pie. So I think I might have enough pecans. This entire bag is, yeah, just under a kilo. I was like, I need pecans. Also, just anything maple pecan, I am an absolute sucker for. So that bag will disappear very quickly. Things we do for bargains, eh? Yes, exactly. I feel like it's also the perfect time of year for, you know, everything that's anything full of cinnamon or anything covered in maple pecan is it's the perfect time of year. I have officially put the ice cream maker to bed for the season, and brought out his cousin, the slow cooker, because I was like, I don't feel right now like the weather is really good for ice cream. But also I have 3 tubs that I've made in the freezer, so I think that will keep me going for a while. Yeah, so we're just waiting until these start crisping up a little bit, and then I'll transfer those out and then cook down the rest of the mushrooms, and then hopefully we can start assembling this dish, because the smell of this is really good. Just trying to tidy up the place a little bit as we're going. Yeah. How's it been going for you today, Holly? Have you recovered from peak yesterday and the amount of dying that we did? Like, genuinely, we finished playing yesterday. Like, my face hurt so much from the amount of laughing. I was like, ow. It was so fun. But peak was absolute chaos. Okay. Yeah, I maybe should have put in a few less mushrooms, but it's fine. They'll cook down. Might be a bit too much. the recipe, so we're all good. Weirdly, the smell of cooking mushrooms smells of something not very nice, which I shouldn't mention on stream to me, which is apparently a known phenomenon. Oh, interesting. I'm feeling, yeah, I think I probably know what that thing would be. So when it comes to the white mushrooms at least, I peel them for that reason, because yeah, I find that they do smell gross. So I find like peeling the outer layer off helps a little bit. Ooh, get back in there. Good, just signed a contract with a lady who runs my Pilates class, so I'll be covering classes for them once I qualify. Yay! That is absolutely awesome. Fingers crossed. How is the coursework going? How is all the learnings that you have been doing? Peak was mental, but so good. Just people know how that's good to know. I find that it helps for me. I don't know if it's like an official, like, I don't know, scientific thing. But I find, yeah, I have noticed a reduction in the nasty taste from peeling them. I find even washing them doesn't really do much. Plus then it tends to make them a little bit slimy, so if you don't like the slimy texture, washing them doesn't really help much. It's going good, it's a lot to learn, but really enjoying it. Oh, I'm really glad. Really glad that it's going well. And yeah, I imagine that there is a lot of knowledge in it. No, I'm excited. I'm excited for you. I'm just going to give this a quick rinse because I probably want to actually put all the mushrooms in here once we're done. Go. I'll just tip all of these under there. I think I was a little bit hopeful with such a small bowl. It was rather inadequate. But also we are cooking down an entire kilo of mushrooms, so that wasn't going to work for very long. How's things with you anyway? Yeah, not too bad. I'll be honest, had a bit of a disaster in the morning, but trying to not let it annoy me too much. I lost my earbud charging case this morning when I was out on a walk. So that is gone to the wind. Before earphones are as it was useless. But it happened. So yeah, doing all right otherwise. Just very excited to eat this later. I was thinking that was a lot of mushies. Yeah, so I'm batch cooking like a big amount so that I can have some for dinner, and then I'm also going to freeze some as well. So that's why we have so many mushrooms. This is hopefully going to do a few portions that I am also going to put in the freezer so that I can sort of have them whenever I want. Well done for shaking it off. Sometimes things like that can really knock us, especially when you're not in a good place. Yeah, exactly. So I'm trying to not let it defeat me, because I was like, I have too many things to do today for this one specific thing to get me down. Cook off the liquid a bit quicker. Makes sense. Love chucking stuff in the freezer. Yeah, I'm really trying to get into the batch cooking a bit more. I've got a few things in there now. I think I've still got some like beef bourguignon. I had some curry, I think. Possibly. And I think that might be it. I've also got a sausage crumble or two, I think actually, and a lasagna hiding somewhere. I like having a variety of different things, so I can sort of just go, you know, oh, that looks interesting today, I'll give that a go, kind of thing. Right, so these cinnamon rolls have had about an hour. Gonna check. Actually, that's not too warm. Okay, so they've had an hour. They are proving, and look at them. Look at them. I'm going to leave them for a little bit longer because those have done really well. But it said about 90 minutes, and they weren't in the like warmer part of the oven for that long. So I'm going to leave them for about another half hour. Yeah, I'm really happy with how these have turned out. So excited. I haven't made any of the things that I'm trying today. I've not made any of them before. So cinnamon rolls was completely new. The stroganoff is completely new. So yeah, it's been a complete experiment today. And so far, fingers crossed, everything is turning out okay. So I'm happy with that. Just want to boil off some of this liquid and it's not doing a whole lot. Yeah, I think I've put way too many mushrooms in here. Yeah, so I should probably actually also double check how long they take to cook once they're ready to actually go in the oven. So what I did was I turned the oven, like the bottom oven on, and then I put the actual cinnamon rolls in the grill, so in the top oven section. So they still get a bit of residual heat, but they're not actually cooking. Just to help all of that yeast warm it up and get them rising. Just waiting for that liquid to cook off, and then be ready to start the next part of the stroganoff, which trying to decide whether or not to actually start doing stuff for all the onions while I'm here. I think I might, you know, because we are waiting for a while for this. Saves me sort of standing around doing nothing. So, grab our bag of onions. Perks of the induction, never gets that warm. So yeah, the other thing that I'm doing is making some caramelised onions in the air fryer. So just gonna start slicing up some onions. So I have like something ridiculous, like there's so many bags of onions, because I typically, especially from like the Too Good To Go bags, I end up just finding them, or these ones can actually be reduced. I went to Asda, so it's like can't really say no to a bag of 30p onions. I'm just chopping and tailing these ones, and then I'll start chopping them. And then I've also got a bag here which I'm putting in all of the like onion trims, and I also put in all of the like offcuts of the mushrooms as well, and that is going to be my stock bag. So that will also eventually go into the slow cooker, probably go in tomorrow. Once the caramelised onions have come out, I'll probably clean that, immediately put these on, and I will make a nice big batch of stock, which will then also go in the freezer. I was getting there. So yeah, we are doing many things. There are many hats going today. Trying to keep up with stuff, make sure I don't burn anything. Hey, welcome back, ladders. Got a whole bunch of onions, slicing these, making these easy to peel. My eyes are already stinging, so glad I'm using these now. I don't think these are going to last much longer. I mean, they're not like off, they're just the older. I find the older the onions get, the more aggressively they seem to become. Start making the eyes water a lot more. almost done on those. Should be enough time for me to peel all these onions. And so I think I've maybe got another 2 bags in the cupboard. I've got a bag of red onions and I've got a bag of white onions, and then I think I also have some shallots. So not going to run out of onions anytime soon, that's for sure. Basically these are just going to go in the air fryer, not the air fryer, definitely don't want to put these in the air fryer. These are going in the slow cooker with a bit of butter, a bit of salt, and then they are just going to be ignored for about 8 hours. Come on, mushrooms. Taking so long. I know that is entirely my own fault for overcrowding the pan, but I'm going to blame them anyway. Okay. Kneeling there with the onions. Done. Lovely. So, mushrooms. Onions to cook down. Oh, cameras. Thank you. Right, that is battery number 2. There we go. Hopefully that should be working now. Fingers crossed. Apologies. It said it had like half an hour left on the battery. Not half an hour. It said it had half a battery left. So I'm just going to put these ones onto charge. Good to know, even when it says that the battery is fine, it is in fact not. Apologies there, hope it wasn't off for too long. Oh, this onion smells so sweaty. Okay, onions. Oh, and garlic. Extra oil. Not a lot of done. So just going to clean up from the onions. Go. Okay, what else? Yeah, we're actually just waiting for wait for the onions. And then what's the next step? Right, then actually measure out the wine. So, a bit of a problem I'm having with the recipe at the moment is that the measurements are off. So it's telling me about triple of what is actually on here, which is a little bit odd. But that is fine. Put the wine back in the fridge. we need to measure out? So 2 teaspoons of that. Yeah, so I'm just trying to like mentally convert all of the measurements while reading the recipe. And maths is not my strong suit at the best of times. It's definitely not when I'm like trying to remember this stuff on the fly. So bear with if I'm sort of not paying attention to chat. Okay, so we need to wait until these start to caramelize. They are softening. I wouldn't say they're caramelising, but they are softening. So we need to put 2 teaspoons of pre-cap. And some tomato paste. And then try and wrestle the cap back on. There we go. I'm going to put in just a teeny bit more oil because this is definitely absorbed quite a lot of it. And then white wine, so all that's going in. Lovely. And then we're just gonna boil that for a little while. Yeah, boil it and then simmer it for a couple of seconds. Couple of minutes rather, not a couple of seconds. And then once that's boiled out, because obviously we want to cook off the alcohol, add in the mushrooms, add in the cream, mustard, stock, cube, and water. So I'm gonna get the stock ready. Go. Make sure the stock is melted and mixed in. Oh, how interesting. I'm just reading the serving suggestions. It's like you could either have it with pasta, with rice, or make it into a pie and put some puff pastry over it and put it in a dish. Which is even more sort of just showing the versatility of it. Because I wouldn't have thought to make a stroganoff pie. Just keep stirring it every now and again. Yeah. I suppose as well, like that sort of having a pie. And I suppose if you really wanted, if you had some left over, you could like make a mini pie or something. If you had some like chicken. I know you're saying, was it you, Holly, that said like you usually have some like roasted chicken that you then like sort of cut it up and freeze it. I suppose that'd be interesting, putting a bit of chicken in it, sort of making it like a rich tomatoey chicken mushroom pie kind of thing. Could work as a fancy idea. Now I really want to do that. I wish I had the pastry. Oh, there we go. I mean, it smells amazing right now. Yeah, that's a really good idea. So many options. Okay. So the only thing we need, only thing left is the mustard. I'm going to be honest, I'm starting to run out of spoons. I've used so many spoons today. I would say that that is having enough time to cook off. Obviously I don't want to make anybody drunk, so make sure that the alcohol cooks out thoroughly. Now that is done, add the mushrooms, add the cream, add the mustard, and then simmer. Sweet. So all of our mushrooms going in. think I was about to horrify everybody by pulling that off, to be honest. I usually would, but I will pretend to be a little bit civilised while I'm streaming at least. Stock. And lastly, all of our cream. I'll do most of the cream, then I'll do the yogurt. We are improvising a little bit with this one because it was supposed to be 300 ml of sour cream. Obviously I'm dairy intolerant, so that's not going to happen. So instead, we are using some dairy-free double cream and some dairy-free Greek yogurt, because the Greek yogurt obviously has got quite a tang to it anyway, so add those together. Oops, spilling some of the sauce. Add those together and it should be all good. And then I'm also just going to I'll put in a little bit of lemon juice as well, just so that we've still got the sourness. There we are. Just cook that out for about 10 minutes. Yeah, that is everything. And then it does say about the parsley, but the parsley was literally just to garnish it with, so I don't need to worry about that. That is the recipe finished with. No worries. Enjoy your tea break. yeah, that's just going to simmer. I am just going to double check the recipe for the cinnamon buns, so I'll be back in a second. This recipe is very precise, says it should be on 190 and between 24 and 27 minutes. I always love when recipes give exact measures. I also hate sometimes when recipes give exact measures, because I'm terrible. I will always round up and just be like, ah yeah, it's 30 minutes. Oh yeah, it's 25. No. Be exactly between these two. Okay, squeaking on. Oh! Okay. So I think these are ready to go in the oven now. This is also very hot, I used to tell. I made an error. Yeah, just leave that off. Definitely dust up, but it's fine. I would say that those have risen fine. Okay. They might have gone a little bit over. That's fine. Just need to get myself a tea towel because my other one's drying. Okay, so into the oven they go for about 24 minutes. I'm so excited. Just going to show those off again. Those have done so well. Okay. And then I'll set the timer on there because otherwise I will probably forget. There we go. So that will go off. So that's about 5 more minutes. I think this will be perfectly timed. It's starting to warm up a little bit too uncomfortably here, but that's fine. We've got about 25 minutes, and then I think that will be a nice time to wrap up. I think I'll finish off the actually no, we've got time to get the onions in the air fryer. I keep calling it the air fryer, it's the slow cooker. We've got time to get the onions in the slow cooker. So I will just move everything out of the way so I can get that done. Things away. So I'm going to put the flour bag on there because it's wet. need to bring our onions back, and then we also need the salt back. You get it then. And just leave it chopping board. Go. And then I just sort of mostly see what's going on. I'm just going to slice up all of these onions, and then we will throw them into the slow cooker for them to get nice and caramelised. So this is getting ahead for tomorrow's dinner as well, with our caramelised onion pasta, and means things like burgers or hot dogs. We want to have a nice quick meal. French onion soup, which will be great for later in the year. Especially with some nice crusty homemade bread. Oh, that is going to be so good. Get rid of all the bits of onion skin. Should be able to time this quite nicely. Get these done. 18 minutes before the rolls are ready, so we've got plenty of time, which is probably a good thing because me rushing while holding a knife is that doesn't end well. Never ends well. So yeah, get those done. In a safe manner. Probably also going to make a cup of tea. Go have a sit down, and yeah, I think that'll be me playing No Man's Sky for the rest of the day. What time are we actually? 3:30. Okay. Which case, what I might do after this, I'll do some bonus prep, and I'll get some jacket potatoes in the air fryer. Wait first. So then, once I finish the stream, I can sit down with some food. Because smelling this cooking the whole time and not eating it has made me feel very hungry. Good job I cleaned that. Threw most of it on the lovely. Get rid of those. Get rid of that. Get the butter melting first, and then I'll put the onions in. Okay. Cool. Having some technical difficulties, please stand by. There we go. Balance the camera back up. It's a bit too heavy for the stand, which is saying a lot considering this is quite a heavy duty stand. So every now and again it just flops over the whole thing. Just clear down the oniony surface. Wonderful. We've got 11 minutes left, so I'm going to sort the jacket potatoes. So I'm gonna put these in the microwave first, just so that they cook a little bit quicker. I also find that it helps them cook a bit more evenly as well. I find when I just do them in the air fryer, the centres do not get cooked nearly as much. So make sure they are nice and cooked through. There's nothing worse than expecting a nice fluffy jacket potato and you get one of sad, still mildly hard in the middle. Stab them lots and then covering them in oil, covering them in salt, and then shoving them in the microwave for about 10 minutes. Wash my hands off because they are so oily now. Smell those cinnamon rolls and they smell glorious. I should probably also say that I'm not planning to eat all of these today. They are going to go in the fridge. So I'll have one today and then I'll probably end up having one for lunch tomorrow. Sort of just having for lunch for the next few days because I love a jacket potato. They're so good, and you can have anything on them. Okay, we've got 6 minutes on the timer. Just gonna Those are actually catching a little bit, so I'm just going to get them out and check them. Ooh, no, okay. I think those might be done. So it said internal temp of about 90, 91, and they're at about 93. So I would say, albeit a little smidge burnt, ever so slightly, we have our cinnamon rolls. I think what I might do is brush them with a teeny bit of butter, just to keep the tops of them soft. Bit of a nice shine as well. Now, I think I will probably put a disclaimer that anyone that wants one of these will have to be very, very nice to me this week. And I might consider putting some in the freezer for them. If not, I will be eating them all by myself and I will not feel guilty. There we go. I know, right? These are proper good. I am so excited. Yeah. I'll definitely say those are cooked. I mean, yeah, there's no crumbs or anything on the thermometer stick. I'll just check them there. Still reading 91. So they'll cook a little bit longer anyway, while they until they properly cool down. So that's time to cook out a little bit. That goes over there. Trying to at least pretend to keep track of everything in the kitchen. I think that is where I'm going to call it, because we have accomplished everything that we meant to today, and a little bit extra, because not only did I get the onions done, I've also managed to start on the baked potatoes. So by the time those are finished, it'll be about dinner time anyway, which is great because I'm starving. So woo! Yeah, so can I turn the oven off? I have turned the oven off. So yeah, we've got the cinnamon rolls done. I'll just zoom in a little bit so you can see. Yeah, they did catch a little bit on the top, but that's fine. We've got the cinnamon rolls done, we've got the stroganoff done, the onions are in the slow cooker, and the potatoes are in the microwave currently. So yeah, that's where we're going to end things. I should be back on normal time next Thursday, so about 12 o'clock. I have no idea what I'm going to be doing yet. I sort of try to leave it at least until the day before I sort of finalise things, because I mean, hopefully the weather is cooling down now. But previously, when we kept having random heat waves, I was like, I don't want to be in the kitchen. It's 25 degrees in the rest of the place. I don't want to be in there. So yeah, I will either be playing another game, or I'll be doing some more baking. So we will see. But it should be on next Thursday. Just have a quick look if there is anybody on. Not really anything that I feel is going to work after a cooking stream. That's okay, Holly. Thank you for joining. It was lovely to see you. And it was lovely playing Peak with you yesterday. So hopefully we can organise that again. I'm just gonna camera's a little bit of a wonk. Yeah, like I say, I should be on next week. So yeah, that's where we're just gonna leave it for today, I think. But thank you all for joining. Thank you for whether you were chatting, lurking, whether you gave bits or did subs or not. Everybody is welcome here. Everyone is appreciated. So I'm gonna stop rambling. I will let you all get along with your days, and I will hopefully see you back here next week. Bye for now.